When you go down the rabbit hole of fan fiction and the weird stuff that women read, it is really scary. Really scary. We've covered a lot of the romantasy trends on the channel, and I don't know that this even holds a candle to this. Nick Fuentes fan fiction. Yes, this is real. It exists. There's a lot of it. And the internet really is the crazy. I guess they had an internet, isn't it Rule 34 or whatever? If it exists, there's porn of it. And I guess that's what's happening here. Absolutely degenerate and disgusting. We're going to get into this. Oh my gosh, it's so painful. All right, I'm going to try to get through this. That's what we're going to try to do. Hit the like and subscribe button as we talk about your real fantasy news. Yes, this is fantasy news, I guess. I'm John Tellerose. I'm a science fiction and fantasy writer, so if you want to support real fiction that actually matters, I am putting out a full science fiction trilogy. Beautiful stuff. I'm trying to bring things back to before the industry was a train wreck, before these weird fan fiction communities existed. There was great science fiction. It had good concepts. It had a sense of wonder. They explored strange new worlds. They had a strong male lead like I have with Captain Christopher Conley of the EAS Valiant here. And I'm really trying to bring that sense of heroism back and everything back here to you. So this is a full trilogy. I've already written it. I've already got the covers painted, as you could tell. I hired an excellent artist for this. And I just wanted to evoke that sense of classicness for everybody. So that's what we're doing, and we are the real the real movement of just a change in culture because the mainstream does not give you this type of thing. All they give you there in the mainstream is like that morning glory milking farm, which is literally about a woman milking a bull, and it's exactly what you think. That's what they're selling, and that's the smut that they're peddling out there. So this is good stuff. I would urge you to check this out. And we do have, I know it's a tough economy right now, so I do have the full trilogy available for ebook. Each book is only $5, which is what you'd pay for an ebook on Amazon. You get the whole thing. I wrote a full trilogy in advance, so you get the full depth of the characters here. We do have premium editions that are beautiful that are limited to this crowdfund as well. These hardcovers are going to be absolutely beautiful, and I also have my leather-bound edition of my Arroz War, my original science fiction trilogy, for you guys as well, which you could check out that series on Amazon if you've not already. Now, great stuff. Support us. It's in the description below. We're getting close to 100 backers, and I think in this video we can get there. If you guys want to come in, would appreciate it, and thanks for being here. All right. So this is the dark side of female reading habits that we have out there. This is crazy. A disturbing trend has emerged in an online fan fiction communities. Young women writing explicit romantic sexual content about political commentator Nick Fuentes. This phenomenon, explored in a recent video by Malcolm and Simone Collins, reveals how female reading habits have evolved from traditional romance novels into increasingly bizarre and troubling territory. They go into a deep dive into the Nickstonian, as community they call it, on Tumblr, where they predominantly leftist women create elaborate fan fiction of Fuentes. Despite disagreeing with his politics and hating him, they do sexually obsess over him. Malcolm Collins describes the community's dedication. This is not girls who like him. It's a community of women that write fan fiction about being like Nick Fuentes in weird sexual scenarios. The fan fiction ranges from romantic scenarios like Kiss Under a MAGA Sunset, featuring Fuentes and Candace Owens, to more explicit content. One particularly notable story involves him falling for a hijabi woman, which Collins reads aloud to demonstrate the community's earnestness. Except the excerpt describes Fuentes encountering an Afghan woman and thinking, here was an Afghan girl with the kind of beauty he had only read about in forums and dark corners of the internet. Yes, oh gosh. Simone Collins notes, describes the community's apolitical nature. They typically don't talk about politics at all in this material. No politics. It's just the shipping fan fiction. He's so cute. Look at that hoodie. Look at his little belly. Oh gosh, painful. Now this isn't new, guys. I've covered fan fiction before and actually showed that there's this Harry Potter fan fiction that has like explicit Hermione and Draco Malfoy getting older and banging and things like that. That they filed the serial numbers off so it's not Harry Potter anymore, and they're actually releasing it as a normal book. And this is exactly what, and they paid this woman hundreds of thousands of dollars to do this. It's crazy. This is exactly what 50 Shades of Grey was. That was Twilight fan fiction. It was like they took that Twilight, which is a pretty innocent novel by a Mormon lady, and some lady wrote this porn fan fiction about it, and then they filed the serial numbers off and made it 50 Shades of Grey. This is like a really huge thing. There's so many women into this. Like I don't stated enough, and nobody really states enough how creepy and degenerate it all is. It's really, really bad out there. And this is the mainstream book market, and it ties in with the fan fiction market. It's all the same thing. The phenomenon is directly connected to the growth of romantasy, which I talk about, romance novels and fantasy worlds, which has completely dominated book sales in 2024 and 25. Bookscan reports say 6 of the 10 best-selling books of 2024 came from just 2 authors, Sarah J. Maas and Rebecca Yarros. Yarros alone has generated over 600,000 in sales this year, with 7 of the top 10 Amazon fantasy slots currently occupied by her books. The romantasy genre is female readers migrating from traditional romance into a fantasy setting, which is not just fantasy setting, but it's like these monsters that are just like taking advantage of it. It's disgusting. It really is creepy and increasingly explicit and just like angry stuff. And it mirrors the Nick Fuentes fan fiction community, where women make fake real-world figures and insert them in romantic fantasy scenarios. Now, this has been going on this for a long time, too, not just with Nick Fuentes. They used to do this with the My Chemical Romance guy. That's part of what made that so big, is all these women did these fan fictions about him, Gerard Way, and there's a ton of it out there. There's like, this is like a never-ending rabbit hole of just disgustingness from these women online. So the other fandoms are like this. The whole fact that people are really focused on romantasy and book talk and everything, it's huge. It's going to stay huge, and women like that. And of course, we talked about Morning Glory Milking Farm already, which has 21,000 reviews on Amazon. It's tough, like to be like a regular author out there and just like writing normal things. Like you could see, like this book has sold over 1,000 copies, which I appreciate, and it only has 25 reviews because it's just difficult to get people to actually go back and leave reviews and all that. But if you look at that and you extrapolate 21,000 reviews for that degeneracy out there, like, and you say it's like, you know, maybe 100x or more, that means 200,000, maybe even 1 million women are reading that creepy crap. Like, it's bad. And this is exactly why we have to fight back with creating real fiction, with doing this, with building movements around what we're going on here with Valiant Frontiers, with The Demon's Eye. This is real stuff. And yes, it's hard to get attention out there versus this, because this is so sensationalistic that this is all people search for on the internet. It's really wild. So the video reveals how Tumblr user Nasaline has created an exhaustive archive of Nick Fuentes content, including resources for Nick historians, detailed his timelines of his public appearances in a comprehensive dictionary of community terms. So this is pretty wild. This is a cataloged fan community. And let's go check it out. Let's go to resources for Nickstorians and see what we can find. The official Nickstorian dictionary, everybody. Here it is, nasally. And the list of different terms of slang you will probably see thrown around. Fuentes watching. Nick story, a combination of the words Nick and history. Basically any form of Nick lore or Nick history. A Nick girl, an e-girl associated with Nick. Interesting. Groiper, Groipep, we know those just from normal. Fetus Nick, a tag used for Nick media related to pre-19. Gay Fuentes. Cute Fuentes. Nick a-log or a-logger, who's a person, a hater of Nick, who dedicates an unruly amount of their time to gossiping and trying to expose Nick. They do. They have a whole dictionary for you to get involved in this. My gosh, wild stuff. So it keeps going. It really does, and this is how wild. So why does this attract this much attention? They speculated for him, it's not like maybe he got into a lot of failed relationships, but to have never successfully had any relationships, that to me indicates he's not trying in the first place, they say. It suggests his unavailability actually increases his appeal to female fans who fantasize about being the chosen one. Oh my gosh, different meaning for chosen one here. So gosh, wild stuff out there as it all goes wrong, and this is just crazy stuff. Women are perverted, and while they shame men for consuming erotic material online, privately in the darkness of their goon caves, women are reading an incredibly amount out there of novels of things that defy physics and reality, and it's disgusting. All of it's disgusting, really. But gosh, this is a wild thing to have uncovered, and I wish I didn't. But now, since I've seen it, you have to too. What do you think about this? Do you read any fan fiction? Leave a comment down below. We will try not to shame you. We really won't. But you should read real books. This is really what it comes down to. And we need to make real books great again. And this is exactly what we're trying to do here. Check it out. Valiant Frontiers is in the description below. Really appreciate you guys for being here. And this is where it's at. I thank you guys so much for the support so far. We'll be back soon.